coffee.
I'll do the coffee and the thing, but okay, live stream audio capture. Make sure you hit that.
So then I'm hitting.
Currently live streaming. Okay, I'm here.
You're good?
Yep, I think we can go live there.
Yeah, still loading up on Facebook, so I'll let you know.
I have like a hair hump. Right here, don't I?
All right, we're live
A
on
hair
Instagram.
hump. Okay, we are?
They're telling people we're live.
Boy, I look tired. Okay, that's what I'm noticing right now. I look very tired.
we
Good
have
morning.
our
Are you
first-
tired? Because I look tired.
We've got 2 on Facebook joining in, so Facebook
Okay,
is just queuing up.
Great,
Yeah.
great. Here we are. How are you? I am Mel Robbins. Good morning. You're watching Coffee Talk. This is my live weekday, mostly weekday, depends upon the weekday, broadcast where I take you behind the scenes and I give you the tools and the advice and the inspiration that you need to get through your day and actually make the most of it. And thank you so much. Somebody's bringing me water because I sound like I've smoked a pack of cigarettes, which I have not. And I can't help but be distracted before we jump into it. If you look behind me, this way rather, do your shelves look like this at home? Doesn't it look like I'm holding a yard sale? These are all of my 5-second rule books. They should be beautifully organized if I were a good businesswoman. This is the 5-second rule book. It is translated into 36 languages now, and if I were smart, I would have them all displayed beautifully, but instead what happens is the UPS guy shows up and he pulls up with a book that looks like this, or a book that looks like this, or a book that looks like this. I think, is this Russian or Czech? And I just literally throw them up here. So anyway, whatever. Tomorrow, now that I'm self-conscious about how bad that looks, that will look beautiful. Like a producer has come in here and made that look amazing. But I digress like usual. So here's the thing. We're going to talk today about whether or not you need to move to change your life. And I think a lot of us feel when we get stuck that, boy, don't you just want a clean slate? Like, I'm kind of jealous of our daughter, Kendall, who is a senior in high school. And this fall, she will be going to University of Southern California. I'm very proud of her. She got into the conservatory there, Thornton, to study popular music. And she's going to get a whole new life, like a whole new clean slate. I mean, just think about how liberating that is for a minute. Don't you sometimes wish you could just erase the board like the teacher used to do in school and get a totally clean slate? It is so tempting. It's so liberating. And I'm even at this moment in my life where I think a lot about how my husband and I have lived in the same house now for 20 years. And I love it, but I am getting that itch. I'm getting that antsiness. I'm starting to feel the precursor to the empty nester. I'm 50 years old. We'll have just one kid home starting this fall, our son who is in 7th grade right now. And I'm just thinking about how it'd be fun to have a fresh start, a new project, a new place to live. And that's what the question is. And how many of you feel that? That, boy, or how many of you have actually moved to try to change your life? That you're like, I'm done with this, and I moved. Donna's raising her hand. Have you moved? Yeah, Danielle's raising her hand. Have you moved to change your life? This is what I want to talk about because it's a major issue. Because there's a lot of you that are running from things instead of running to things. And that's a huge difference, running from something versus running to something. And so I want you to think about that for a minute. Because you don't have to move across country to change your life. And you don't have to do something drastic to experience drastic positive change. And here's the thing about running away from your problems, running away from your past. Have you ever noticed that when you run away, it tends to follow you? You know, I used to have this problem in relationships. And the reason why I had this problem is because I was a very unhappy person. I didn't like myself truly as a person until probably 4 or 5 years ago. I spent, as sad as this is, I spent the first 46 years of my life really not liking myself, really feeling like I wasn't a good person, really questioning the sanity of people that were in love with me or that were friends of mine because I had such a low opinion of myself. And it didn't matter. I was guilty not of moving from one city to another, but I was guilty of moving from one person to another. That I would literally get in a relationship, I would be in a relationship for a year, and then I would start to feel that unsettled feeling. Because what happens after a year of being in a relationship? Well, you got to start working on it. It's no longer the thrill and the delight, and it's new and you're dating. Now it's just you and the person in your life. There's nothing new about it. And so all your old crap starts to show up. And that's when you got to start to do the work. And so it was about the year or the year and a half mark in almost every single relationship that I would start getting that itchy feeling. And the reason why I was getting that itchy feeling is because my past was now there. This new relationship was no longer new. And so I was no longer distracted by it. And I was going to have to deal with myself in order to be happy. And so what did I do for years? Not even just years, decades, everybody. I'm not proud to admit this, but I would literally jump out of one relationship and into another new one because another new one would distract me from the fact that I was an unhappy person. True story. And I think a lot of you who are unhappy with yourselves are looking to move jobs or looking to move the city that you live in, or you're looking to change your relationship. And the problem isn't where you live. The problem isn't your job. The problem isn't the person that you're with. The problem is how you feel about yourself. And so that's why I want to talk about the big difference between running from something and running to something. And so the question that we have today comes from Christian. I've been really unhappy recently, and I want to move to a new city. I like being close to my friends and family, but I feel so bored and unfulfilled with where I am right now. I think a change of scenery is the trick, but I'm nervous to make the move. What should I do? Now, did you hear the thing? I think a change of scenery is the trick. I've been really unhappy recently. I'm bored. I'm unfulfilled. And so here's what the question is that you've got to ask yourself. Are you running from something that you don't want to deal with right here at home? And are you looking for a distraction so you don't have to do the work to make yourself happy with who you are? Or are you truly running to something that's calling you? Because there's a very big difference between seeking out something that's new because you want the distraction and you want to do something that feels easier and more exciting than dealing with yourself. Or are you running to something truly because you're called to it, because it energizes you, because it's the next thing that makes sense, because you need that challenge to grow? You are happy with who you are, and you could live in your small town forever, or you could be with this person forever, and you've done a ton of work on yourself, but there's something calling you. There's something calling you that's a bigger opportunity. So the difference really in running from versus running to is that when you're running from something, you're looking for a distraction. You're looking for something to hold your attention so you don't have to deal with the things you know you need to deal with to be happy with who you are. When you're running to something, you feel naturally energized and expanded by the possibility that that new thing holds for you. So in the case of you, Christian, we debated this as a team because when your question came in and, we started talking about how to best answer this question, a lot of the folks that are on my team were like, oh, definitely should not move, definitely should stay where he is, definitely should not be reaching for this shiny penny because clearly he's running away from his problems. And the interesting thing is you could read your question that way. I've been really unhappy recently and I want to move to a new city. Or you could read it another way. You do like being close to your friends. You didn't say I'm sick of the people here. You didn't say my family is a pain in the ass and I want to get away from them. You basically just said, I think a change of scenery would be a really good thing, that I'm bored. And so for me, my instincts tell me that you're running to something, which is a challenge that scares you, which is a bigger city, which is putting yourself out there in a way that's going to make you grow. So, Christian, only you can answer this question for yourself because you're the one that's going to have to pack up your crap and move. And you're also the one that's going to have to face all your fears when you go to the big city. And you're also the one who knows that when you look in the mirror, whether or not you're truly running from your problems or you're running to something that is an opportunity for growth. All right, let us know which it is. And by all means, Christian, if you move or whatever you do, I want to see a photo and a post on social media. And I want you to tag your friend Mel Robbins here so we can chime in and cheer for you. And as for you, if you have a question that you would love for me to tackle on Coffee Talk, just leave a comment in the post or put up a social media post. It's the best way to reach me. Make sure you tag me. If you use the hashtag AskMel, you are likely to get an even faster notice because we look at that hashtag almost every day. And the other thing I want to let you know is if you're not on our newsletter list, I send out a deeply personal letter every single Thursday. And tomorrow, this newsletter is incredible. And the reason why it's incredible is I have, with my team, narrowed down the 7 habits that you need to know at work. It's habits around visibility because the truth is you don't get credit, meaning you don't get paid or promoted for the things people don't see. If your contributions aren't visible, you're not going to get paid and you're not going to get credit for them. And so we have done all this incredible research. We've looked at all of the studies, all of the science, all of the incredible proof around what are these small behavior changes that you're capable of making, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're working in a large company, whether you're working in a small family business, whether or not you're trying to launch your own side hustle, whether or not you're a network marketer that's trying to build your business. Guess what? These 7 habits, particularly if you're a woman, particularly if you're a person of color, these are essential for you to know, and they are essential for you to start to work on. And these are skills that you can build. And I'm covering all of this, not all 7. I'm covering a couple of them and then linking to a video that we are putting out where I discuss all 7 of these traits. And the first people on the planet that are going to get access to this video are you, the folks that are on my newsletter list. So if you go to melrobbins.com/newsletter, you can sign up there. If you go to melrobbins.com, right on the homepage, there's a little banner right underneath the video that's rolling on the homepage where you can sign up for the newsletter. Get on the list. I'm not selling you anything. I'm going into the talk show business. I don't have a course for you to take. I don't have a new book that you need to buy right now. Yeah, I know you love the Audible stuff. Absolutely. Take Control is crushing it. And I'm so thrilled to see how many of you are loving our latest release with Audible. But that's not my game. My game is inspiring and empowering you through the content that we're putting out. And so tomorrow's newsletter is killer. So make sure you are on the list. And if you have friends that need a little boost, if you have friends that are trying to build something, sign them up too. Okay, seriously. I don't even know if that's legal, but you should make them get on this list. Okay. Anyway, I think that's it. And in case nobody else tells you today, I want to be the one to tell you that I love you. And I love you because I believe in your ability to change how you think, to change your things that you're doing every day. And if you change how you think and you change the little things that you do, it will change your life. And I am a testament to that. When I think about how much my life has changed, even in just the last couple years, I am profoundly stunned at what has happened just through changing how I think and doing the small things every day to do just a little bit better. Anyway, I think that's it. I had teased yesterday that there was going to be a big announcement today, but I think it's happening next week. So trust me, you'll know when this big announcement hits. But I'm really excited. We're working hard on this big announcement. I think you know what it relates to. Anyway, that's going to happen sometime next week. So I will see you tomorrow on Thursday. I'm going to be previewing some of the stuff we're going to be talking about in the newsletter that's going out. But get on the list, okay? melrobbins.com/newsletter, and have an amazing day. I will see you later. Shit, oh, here we go. We're still going. Hi.